Bonjour, it's your boy Fash, aka the F, properly known as Santiago, and you rocking with the vibe. Keep it locked right here, you stupid bitch. I wouldn't say pressure, it was just disbelief. I wasn't like, I'm not going to New York to be on the cover. They were like, it's not me. Once they sent that plane ticket, you know, I was like, okay, this might be real. And they didn't tell us who else was gonna be on the cover. Like, I didn't know J. Cole was gonna be on it, Wiz Khalifa, Big Sean. I didn't know I was gonna be in the midst of like hip hop's next superstars, or even be considered one of them. You know what I mean? I couldn't fathom that. So, and when I got to New York and got to the set, all these faces just keep popping up. I'm like, I don't know who's gonna walk in next, you know. So first person I saw there was Pill, then OJ the Juice Man, and then it was like Wiz Khalifa, and then I'm just after those three faces, I'm like, yo, we're in New York. Where's all the New York artists? How come there's no New York artist on the cover of XXL like that? And then more niggas from different places came. Freddie Gibbs comes in representing Gary. Nipsey comes in, LA. It's like, I'm like, I hear about these guys prior to this moment. I'm like, I see them on blogs, you know, next to mine or whatever. But it's just, I'm just surprised after seeing that every face, you know, and still like surprised that I'm here with them, you know what I mean? Like, so it was cool though. I'll never forget that day. That was history for everyone. No. But I remember one of my first raps. Yeah. I said, masculine type, airtight, shine like a light or a diamond that's bright. I leave MCs blind on the mic. Terrible. Trash. Yeah, I was like 12. Trying to be cool, trying to be a lyricist, you know. But that was one of my first raps. You'll never hear that on a record. Yeah, this will be the only place you guys hear this, is right here. Personal growth, man. When I made Boy Meets World, I was a very naive young man. You know what I mean? A boy, if you will. I thought I knew everything about the world and about life and about being a male and what role we play in society. I thought that I knew all these things, you know. I realized that I didn't know much about anything and that I still have so much more to learn, you know what I mean? I remember at one point I thought like my chest was made out of Kevlar or something, that I couldn't be like shot or killed or like I was invincible, you know what I mean? And now I understand I'm only human, like everybody else, you know what I'm saying? My shit stinks just as much as the next person's, you know what I mean? Like, but it took a lot of growing to get there. It took a lot of time and growth to get to that perspective, you know what I mean? So, and I'm a man, you know, I'm a father now, a responsible father at that. But just to know that she was on the way, you know, that made me really just immerse myself in music, immerse myself in trying to cultivate a career, you know. That's something that's lasting, something that like when I'm gone, like all my albums will pay for her tuition in college and pay, you know, for her first apartment and things like that. Like, I wanted to build something lasting just because I knew she was coming, you know what I'm saying? If she wasn't born, I mean, I would have been distracted by all my desires of a street life, you know what I'm saying? Like, just trying to live a street dream, you know. But her coming to the world gave my life purpose and focus, you know. I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know why I wanted to do it. And her gave me my why. She like, that's why I do it. It really started at a meeting in Interscope. I was at Interscope Records in Los Angeles, and I was looking for a home for this album, you know, for the ecology. And so I went into Interscope, assuming that I was gonna, you know, potentially get a deal with Interscope for the album. I didn't expect to lead that, you know, meeting with a potential call from Nas asking to sign me, you know what I mean? But that's what happened. As soon as the guy at Interscope saw me, he was like, "Yo, have you met Nas before? Like, have you ever worked with him? Like, that seems like an ideal like connection." Like, did I tell them? I'm like, "No, I've never met Nas. I've never, you know, never met him." So he pulls out his phone, and as I'm saying all this stuff, he's texting Nas and his people. He's like, "Okay, well, this kid named Fashawn in my office right now." That instantly like kind of put me on Nas's radar, and he actually, you know, checked me out. And then maybe like a month later, I get a call from my manager. He's like, "Yo, remember that meeting we had at Interscope? You was talking about Nas? Well, you're not gonna believe this. Nas wants to sign you." I'm like, talking about the same meeting we had when brother was asking me about. And then there was times when me and Nas was supposed to link up, but his schedule got too crazy, and then, you know, and we never got to meet in person. So he bought me a ticket to come see him. He bought me a plane ticket to come get to him, just to shake hands and like see if I was a real dude or not. You know what I mean? And after we met, the rest is history, man. I've been Mass Appeal ever since. I've been an artist on his label ever since. I mean, I'm not too hip to French rap. I mean, I've worked with a few French artists.
I know you were in the Joke album.
Yeah, Joke's definitely one of my favorite French artists from out here, man. But I think my favorite guy from France right now was gotta be Von Seal. He's an OG though. To me, he's like an OG, but he's still out there competing with everybody, like the young guys and everything. He's still like out there cutting off heads. You know what I mean? So, what's next, man? I think I'm gonna buy a house out in France, man.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm gonna make my whole next album out. I think I want to make my next album out here, and just really get away from the American politics of the game and stuff like that. I know you can't escape the politics of the game, but still, I'm a lot less popular here than I am in America, and there's a lot less things I have to deal with, you know, out here and back in the American politics. You know, it's different. So I'd like to again come out here, maybe, you know, make a movie or an album. Who knows, man? If I'm lucky enough to see another day, we'll see.
Damn, heartbreak, free from they locks. Make prisoners up a Rikers Island, think out the box. This couldn't have been predicted by the Mayans. Wrestling with religion and science.